Hello everyone and welcome to chapter 14, Views. This chapter is divided into 5 lessons: Views Overview, Create View and Query View, Modify View, DML Operations on a View, and the last lesson, Retrieve View Information from Data Dictionary Views and how to drop a view. Here in this lesson we are going to learn about views. In this course, we are going to talk about some of the database objects like synonyms, like indexes, sequences, views, and tables. Tables, we already talked about tables and how to create a table in chapter 12. Here we are going to talk about view. In later chapter, we will talk about sequences, indexes, and synonyms. Just as definition, schema is a collection of database objects and owned by a database user and has the same name as that user. For example, HR schema means a list of objects like tables, indexes, synonyms, functions, procedures, sequences, indexes owned by HR user. The schema has the same name as the database user. The objects owned by HR user called HR schema. The objects owned by a user, test user, called test user schema. So this is the schema. What is a view? A view is a representation of data from one or more tables or views. You can consider a view is a named and validated SQL query which is stored in Oracle Data Dictionary. The view by itself does not contain any data. It reads the data from the table. It is just a stored query in the database that can be executed when called. All the data it shows comes from the base tables. You can think of a view as a virtual table or mapping of data from one or more tables. Let's have a look at this graph to understand exactly what is the view. This is the base table. This is the base table, which is in this case departments table. This is departments table. It contains department ID, department name, manager ID, and location ID columns, and a list of records, as we can see. We can create a view, for example, to retrieve only department 40, department 80, department 70. So the view in this case is just a window to a specific records from the base table or from the departments table in this case. I can create a view, for example, that represent only these two records. We can also create a view that represent these two records, department 20 and department 40 only. We can also create a view that represent these records. So a view by itself is not an object contains data. It is just a window for a specific data from the base table or from base tables. The view by itself does not contain any data. It just represents data from the base tables. So in this lesson, we take an overview about the views. I hope this video was informative for you and thank you for watching.